So Stewart, here at Petershill Park against Glasgow Girls today, a big win for your side. What did you make of the match?
Glad to finally get 3 points after a wee blip in form we've had over the last month or so. Performance today was mixed. Sometimes we were really good and then sometimes we were lacklustre. Park was very, very quick today, I think, which made it the game what it was. But I'm happy to get 3 points and I'll take the performance aside after it.
Obviously, coming into this game, the last time you played Glasgow Girls, you got a win. It was a tight game, another close one. Would you expecting more of the same coming into this one?
We expected the exact same from the last game. Although we won 2-0, it was a lot closer on the scoreline than it was. And the day I was expecting the exact same. So 5 goals in the game, win 3-2. It just says everything about the game. It was tight right to the very end.
Was there anything, obviously, as you kind of mentioned, there's been a bit of a dip in form. Was there anything that you've tried to change, maybe to revamp it slightly and try and get back to winning ways?
No, because the way performances we've had have been brilliant. The way we've actually played football has been brilliant. The chances we've created have been brilliant. It's just unfortunate that the results have went against us, but then it's this league, it's that tight that if you don't put the ball in the back of net, and that's what comes and bites you in the butt. But dip in form came, we lost a couple of players have moved on with injury, so it was to be the hard times to be expected. So, but we're over it now, we've got 3 points and we're now looking to next half of the season.
Do you think that a performance like today, getting yourself back to winning ways, does that almost repay a little bit of faith that you've got in the squad there and the fact that you've stuck with it and it's now kind of put you back on form, if you like?
Oh, massively. I think it's more a confidence boost to the girls because they were doing all the right things and it's just they've not been getting the results for their performances, so I think it's given them more of a boost rather than myself and Michael a boost. It's more important for them.
Obviously, you mentioned this league is so very, very tight.
Yep.
If you weren't to get a win here today, do you think that could have been a big dampener in terms of your chances to possibly push on for that promotion spot, do you think?
Yes, because there's a wee tiny gap starting to emerge with ourselves being on the trailing side of it. So if we'd lost today, it would have made it a big, huge uphill struggle in the second half. Where the win today keeps us close enough that we can think about it and give us a wee bit of a chance in the second half of the season. But still plenty of football to be played, so I have to wait and see what happens.
Obviously, you spoke about that kind of like gap that's emerging, but we saw obviously Dundee United, who are there, lost the Partick Thistle today. Obviously yourselves, again, if you want to consider it a shock down, again beating Glasgow Girls. The fact that it is so competitive as a coach, was that a good thing? Does it give you restless nights, or does it give you hope, the fact that the teams above you can certainly lose games?
All of the above, to be fair. Yeah, there's plenty of times where I'm up to midnight, 1 o'clock, looking over films, planning for the weeks in advance, and then there's times where I'm looking at the table going, right, well, they can drop points. So everything, it's a great league to be in. It's a fantastic league to be in, and to have that competitiveness about it makes the league what it is, so really can't complain.
Obviously there's a big break up and coming, obviously larger than ever because of the events that are going on in Scottish women's football. As a coach, is that a good thing? Gives you time to maybe again reevaluate things, make some changes to improve the squad, or is it something that again gives you a bit of a headache perhaps?
A bit of both. The fact that we've now finally got over a wee lull, the big break's coming probably at the wrong time, where if we could keep this momentum going it might have been better, but it would also give time for our injured players who are out for weeks on end, time to come back and be ready for the second half of the season. It also gives a wee chance to maybe recruit as well, give youth a bit of a chance as well. So pros and cons to both of it, but the national team's been brilliant. Shelley Kerr's worked wonders with the squad. She announced the squad last week and it's exciting times, so we're all looking forward to going and watching it, so just fingers crossed and hope for the best.
And just finally, I know the last time I spoke to you, it was against Glasgow Girls. You were talking about, again, pushing up, going for that promotion place. Big win today, as you mentioned. Is that still very much the aim for the second part of the season, to go on and get that top spot if you can? If
we can. I think we're now looking more realistic. We're wanting to take each game as it comes, especially next week if we play Hutchville and we get the 3 points there. Then we'll think about whether we can properly push for it, but we're taking it game by game, making sure we're still there or thereabouts, and at the end of the season it'll tell whether we're worthy enough to get top spot or not.